Just when you thought we had a response from Judge Zern regarding the conversion and reverse split and the settlement lawsuit, well, hold your horses. We may have a response, or we may at least know when it's going to get passed or rejected. Today's video, we are going to be talking about that in the beginning. Then we're going to be talking about what happens with your Ape shares and your AMC shares if that does happen, as well as a bunch of other stuff regarding GameStop. Make sure to stay till the end of the video because we have a lot of stuff to go over and some of it's exciting. Without further ado, guys, if you find value out of the video, make sure to hit the like button. It's free. It helps me out. Plus, my cat is probably in the camera right now and she just knocked over my water bottle. Since when did AMC's outstanding shares hit 1.5 billion, even though there's only 517 million, or at least around that range? Well, it turns out they may or may not just be accounting for Ape being converted into AMC. Just my opinion based on site reportings, you have 1.493 billion divided by 10, give or take, plus 6.9 million divided, give or take, comes around to this post-split, give or take. It seems very, very close, as if they are counting for the conversion to go through. But not only that, some people are having issues with Webull. When selecting Ape, they get this message: currently there is no available market venue for this symbol. Please try again after 7 ET, aka the next trading day. I thought this was pretty interesting, as it didn't just happen to one person. In fact, this guy on Twitter says didn't buy, but I'm getting this notice on Webull for Ape as well. I checked a couple other stocks and no notice. It says order vendor connectivity issue. We are currently experiencing connectivity issues with one of our order management providers, which may be causing a delay in the processing of your order. Please note we are diligently working to resolve this. Now keep in mind, this didn't happen when he selected any other tickers, and it's happening across the board with multiple people. Let me know if you guys are having trouble with Ape on your brokers. Now, the Judge Zern, the settlement, what's happening? AMC Zern written opinion status. For those messaging me, please do not misinterpret what you are hearing on a recording when calling the court. No written opinion from the judge has been published. There is no need to call the court. I highlighted the important part of the recording, which is, in quotes, "Thank you for calling out Court of Chancery, AMC Entertainment Holding Stockholder Litigation Information Line. The court has taken the motion to approve the settlement and attorney fees under advisement. No additional objections, submissions, or motions will be accepted or considered by the court. The court will rule by written opinion to be issued by the docket and posted on the court's website. Do not call the court to ask when the opinion will be issued. The court will not share that information. If you have other questions, please leave a message. Thank you for your participation." In other words, the court is most likely going for the conversion and reverse split. However, it didn't go through just yet. But on top of Webull potentially pricing it in, we also have dark pool prints. Massive dark pool print for 1 million at $4.43. This happened yesterday as you're watching this video, and also a 500,000 at $4.43 as well. These were both buy orders over on AMC. However, why would you purchase AMC instead of Ape if you were going to potentially get that arbitrage gap? Answer is you wouldn't. So does somebody know something that we don't? Or are they going to need more shares to borrow against the play to knock the thing down even further? Although that wouldn't make sense either, as the utilization apparently dropped to 83%. Now, the conversion Ape to AMC is 1-to-1 currently. To make it simple, guys, if you have 100 shares of AMC and Ape right now, what's going to happen is Ape is going to convert to AMC. Then you'd have 200 shares of AMC at a little bit of a higher price, because whatever price Ape is now will be shifted into AMC's market price currently. And then take that amount of shares, divide it by 10, and that's how many shares you're going to have. Also take the share price, multiply it by 10, and that is what the share price will be at. So you're going to have less shares at a higher share price, to keep it very, very simple with you. Now, Ape is trading at $1.91 currently as I'm making this video, and it does have this arbitrage gap play. It's finally not barcoding as hard as it was for a couple months. It's starting to scale up, touching this parallel resistance level. I would look for a break and Ape to scale up to $2.12, and then the next level I would watch is about $2.65 for that gap fill over on Ape. Now, AMC Entertainment short score is now at 95 according to Ortex. This is indicating that a stock is heavily shorted and has other characteristics as well that increase the possibility of a squeeze occurring. In quotes, as a broader stock market has been on a tear for about a month, things are looking grim for investors with big short positions in stocks like AMC Entertainment and GameStop. According to the head of predictive analytics at financial technology and analytics firm S3 Partners. Remember S3 Partners, we've been talking about them lately. One factor that is also killing profits for short sellers is the borrowing costs on stocks that no one is willing to part with. Now GameStop, something happened very, very interestingly with GameStop that makes me think AMC and GameStop are about to be on the move, because AMC, I want you to take a look at these cycles that we have drawn out. Where we're at in this cycle is right at the edge of this blue. Now, every single time this plays out, we're at that gap down, and then we gap up, and this is what plays out. And then you go back to the next one. That gap is there again. We scale up, we play out. You go to the next one, that gap down basically occurred, almost occurred here as well. The same exact things happen with these cycles. With that being said, the next thing that would play out for AMC, aside from the settlement, reverse split, conversion, lawsuit getting dealt with and that affecting the share price, would be something like this. AMC coming down to about $4.25, coming up to this parallel channel right around $4.65, trailing back down to about $4.12, and then essentially getting that rip back up to $5, and then from there on out we decide if this thing is going to play through another cycle. That is only disregarding what is happening with the reverse split conversion and how that will affect the stock price. Now don't click off the video. GameStop stock splits on Thursday. What investors should know. This was July 11th, 2023, so no, this isn't an old article. In fact, this is literally just fake news that is currently floating around talking about GameStop having another stock split. Now hold your horses, all right? We know GameStop has been on a tear with earnings, but is that enough of a tear to split the stock once again? In fact, they're pricing in GameStop to come down 50%, down to about that $12 level, down to about that $11.50 level. And where that would bring us is right where GameStop based before running to $500. Isn't that an interesting level? Now I find something more interesting about this is we talked about GameStop's chart before, but now I have something else drawn out. And I found that the cycle we're in now is very similar to what happened before the January 2021 run-up. The only reason it's similar is because certain parts are mirrored, but the same extension towards the end looks like it would line up with GameStop. And the fact that they're putting out this reverse split thing happening would mean GameStop is either going to move hard to the downside or hard to the upside, even though it's fake news. Now, what I found interesting is I took the rest of the cycle. Again, these lasted the same time. I took the rest of the cycle that would have to play out from back in January, and I copied and pasted it over here on GameStop, and this is exactly something that you would see over on GameStop. GameStop had over a 100% rip on that day, which means from this trendline break, GameStop would scale back up to around $50 where the on-balance volume sits. I find this extremely interesting. This would also be much larger, at a much larger scale if that was the case. Keeping it within the trend lines that we have drawn out within the technical analysis, this is something that would make more sense, coming back down, testing this channel of support that we have been trading in, right around $21 to $22.12, right where that scaled down to recently. Coming back up, retesting this overall level at 27, scaling back down to 24.50, and then getting that massive rip, which would line up the same as AMC. This would bring them right to that mid-level from their peak and from their low. I find this extremely interesting. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Before we move on with the video, get your 16 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, so a chance at $32,000, plus a guaranteed $100 and a potential free Google or Tesla stock. This is the deposit criteria. Take a look at it, sign up, use my link, deposit in Moomoo. My link will be pinned in the top of comments and linked in the description down below. Also guys, pop in the Discord, the link is right under the video as well. We talk stocks in there all day long. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced trader, it's well worth popping in there and talking with the most amazing people who talk stocks all day long and have similar interests as you, which is essentially making money. Speaking of making money, if you're not subscribed and joining us on this journey to financial freedom, what are you doing? Also have post notifications on. Let's get back to the video. Bank of America ordered to pay $250 million for charging illegal fees and opening credit card accounts without customer consent. And this is pretty ironic because credit cards issued by commercial banks carried a 20.68% rate in May, which is at an all-time record. So step one, open credit cards for customers without permission, and then step two, just charge them extremely high interest. This is exactly how you profit. You know, I know banks are doing bad, but damn, I didn't know Bank of America was down that bad. Plus, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket engine exploded during its testing.